Watford Way. Today we are going to be watching Burnley versus Watford, going away to Turf Moor. Very much looking forward to this game. And yeah, let me know your score predictions in the live chat as well. I'm just watching Sky Sports at the moment, and I just saw Rob Edwards is at the match. So obviously formerly of Watford, now at Luton Town. Rob Edwards is actually at this match, which I do find quite funny. But yeah, I do have Sky Sports on in front of me here on my iPad. And yeah, it's exciting to be talking to you guys again live here on YouTube. Let me know if the audio is good. Let me know if you can see me and hear me loud and clear. The Burnley lineup is strong. The Watford lineup is strong as well. So let's go through that in just a second. But yeah, you know, in terms of my score prediction, how do I think the game's going to go? I think, to be honest, I think Watford should probably lose this game. I think Burnley are clearly probably the best side the Championship has seen for a very, very long time. However, you know, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter today saying it would be such a Watford thing to do for, you know, for us to go and win this game. And you have to remember as well, we did beat Burnley by 1-0 earlier this season. Tom Cleverley scored in that game and then subsequently got injured for about 8 months. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen again. But yeah, in terms of my score prediction, what am I going to go with? I'm going to go with a 2-0 Watford. Oh no, not 2-0. I'll go 2-1 Watford away win, and I'll go with Nathan Tella to get the goal for Burnley, and I'll go with Keenan Davis and Joao Pedro to get the goals for Watford in this game. So as I said, let me know your score predictions in the comments below. And yeah, I'm very much looking forward to playing this game. Josh says apparently Tom Cleverley got injured in the warm-up. I have no idea because I've literally only just put Sky Sports on. If that's the case, that would be very, very interesting. I also can't hear the commentary on Sky, so I'm going purely on just me watching the game. So yeah, make sure to let me know in the chat if Cleverley has pulled out of this game. However, let's talk about the Watford lineup. And yeah, you know, it's a very, very strong lineup for Watford, as we saw last time out. Got Danny Batman in goal, Mario Gaspar, Hamza Chowdhury, Keenan Davis, Tom Cleverley supposedly, although if Josh says in chat he may not be fit for this game, he may have been injured in the warm-up, we'll have to wait and see. Joao Pedro, Ismail Kone, Hassan Kamara, Ryan Porteous, who looks class, Ismail Assar and Wesley Hoyt. So very, very strong lineup for Watford. Imran Losers on the bench alongside Ken Sema, Henrique Erouge, Christian Kabasele, Britt Assombalonga and Matthias Martins. So very, very strong team for Watford. James says, yes, mate, good to see you doing another stream. Thank you very much. Adam says, our defence looks solid. Yeah, I'm interested to see your thoughts on the 2 new centre-backs, actually. Obviously, Wesley Hoyt scored in the last game, a fantastic finish. And Ryan Porteous looks really good as well. I mean, he came in from Hibernian for a really, really low transfer fee. I think it was about £300,000, wasn't it? And, you know, he looks absolutely class. Only 23 years old as well. You know, clearly has the potential to be a future captain of the club. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what Ryan Porteous can offer. And yeah, you know, I wouldn't say I'm confident for this game. I'm expecting Burnley to beat Watford. So, you know, if they do end up scoring 2, 3, 4 goals, I wouldn't be that surprised. But yeah, hopefully, you know, we can have a good laugh today. And fingers crossed it goes well. I'm just going to put my phone, bear with me for 1 second. There we go. Right, here we go. Players just about to come out into the tunnel. If you haven't already as well, if you could subscribe to the channel, it would be much appreciated. We're trying to hit today 670 subscribers here on the Watford Way. So if we could do that, that would be absolutely superb. But here we go, the referees in the tunnel, the Watford players are in the tunnel. Joao Pedro is at the front, ready to lead the Watford players out. And yeah, in terms of key threats for Burnley, I think Nathan Tella is a name that keeps coming up for me. I think he's scored 13 or 14 goals so far this season. So yeah, Nathan Tella for me is probably the Burnley player to watch in this game. Ellis is in chat as well. Hello, how you doing? Well, buddy. He says 3-1 to Burnley. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to watching Watford. It's not often I get to do these live streams, so I'm quite excited to talk to you guys for the next hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it may be. And yeah, let's wait and see. Mella says 4-0 to Watford. Adam's gone 1-0 to Watford. And James says, yes, mate, good to see you're back doing another stream. Thank you very much. Here we go. Here's Slavan as well. And yeah, I put out a post on our Twitter account actually a couple of days ago talking about kind of the future of Slavan Bilic at Watford. In the past 12 games, Watford have only won 3 of them, which makes for worrying reading, I would say. I think the aim for Watford clearly this season is just to finish in the playoff places. I think trying to catch Sheffield United and Burnley is way too much of an arse now. But yeah, it would be good to get a good run of form going today with a win away at Turf Moor. Here we go. Let me just refresh my Sky Sports. Here we go. I'm probably going to be about 30 seconds behind real time just because I'm watching via the Sky app and not actually via a Sky box, but you know what I mean. Have I ever thought of doing a match day vlog? Well, I kind of uploaded a mini match day vlog after the last game, so you can go and check that out on the channel. But yeah, in terms of actually doing a full 20-minute vlog, I don't know if I would enjoy doing that. I like living in the moment. I don't think I could film myself the whole game. I think everyone around me in the stadium would get quite irritated. So yeah, maybe in the future. Yes, Caroline. Rob Edwards is supposedly at Turf Moor. I did see him in the concourse just on the television just then. And Caroline says Sema is in for Tom Cleverley as well. Thank you for confirming that. It's quite interesting. And yeah, Tom Cleverley seems to have, awful luck against Burnley. I mean, obviously he scored in the last game he played against Burnley. Then he got injured during his celebration. So yeah, Tom Cleverley doesn't seem to have very good luck against Burnley. Fingers crossed he's okay though. It looks like Watford are lining up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. 4 at the back, then Chowdhury, Kone in midfield, Sarr, Pedro and Sema, with Davis ahead of them as well. Bum, 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 bum. And yeah, apparently Nathan Teller actually scored 3 goals in the last game he played as well, which is very, very interesting. Norwich are losing 1-0 to Hull City. There's actually Champions League games on today as well. Let's have a look. There's a lot of Championship games, a lot of Champions League games going on. We've got Arsenal versus Manchester City in the Premier League tomorrow as well. So yeah, a lot of games happening at the moment. The Watford and Burnley players are just doing a minute silence for the Turkey-Syria earthquake appeal. So it looks like the game's going to go ahead a couple of minutes late. But yeah, I am looking forward to this. What are my thoughts on Pedro getting the captain's armband? Well, I suppose, Caroline, Tom Cleverley probably would have taken it. But as you guys have just told me, Tom Cleverley seems to have got injured during the warm-up. And obviously, João Pedro wore the armband in the last game as well. So I suppose it makes sense, really. I know he's very, very young, but he kind of leads from the front, if you will, in terms of his performances. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about João Pedro wearing the Watford armband. If giving Pedro the captaincy means he'll stay at Watford forever and ever, yeah, Slavan Bilic can do that week in, week out. I do not care. Adam says Championship over Champions League. Maybe not. Champions League is probably much better to watch, but yeah, it's always good watching Watford on television. And yeah, Watford actually confirmed on their Twitter account, Cleverley is replaced by Sema in the starting 11, with James Morris coming onto the substitute bench to replace, obviously, Ken Sema, who come into the team. But yeah, it just shows, these players who've been out with long-term injuries, Watford don't really have the luxury to rush them back. We don't have a luxury to kind of, ease them back into the team. We have to kind of throw them straight in there, and is a little bit concerning when Lewis has been out with a long injury, Cleverley's been out with a long-term injury as well, and he kind of chucked them back into really, really physical games, and yeah, it's not good to hear that Tom Cleverley got injured in the warm-up. But we have kicked off here at Burnley. I don't know how far behind I am, probably just about a minute behind maybe. But yeah, Watford have kicked off. We're in the black and white kit as well. Obviously, that's celebrating Watford's 100th year at Vicarage Road this season. And yeah, fingers crossed Watford can make an impact in this game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the starting lineup. Let me know your thoughts on Keenan Davis being included I can't get my words out. Being included ahead of Henrique Arouge. Batman making a good save here. Oh my God. What on earth happened there? So ball in behind the Watford defence, Goodmanson and Barnes with a good bit of play there. Batman comes rushing out of his goal. Let's just see this on the replay. Wow, Burnley hit the bar early on. Goodness me. Ashley Barnes. Batman actually gets a hand to it. Wow. So 1 minute into this game and Burnley have already hit the crossbar. And that goes out for a Watford goal kick. But that should have been 1-0 Burnley 1 minute into this game. And you can already see Burnley with a really high press. They're winning the ball back very high up the pitch here. And Watford have hoofed it long. Ismail Assar chasing down this right-hand side. Yeah, and actually, I think Batman did really well there. Kevin is in chat as well. All right, Jim Bob. I am all right, Kevin. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, I say it's a massive game for Watford. I think every game is a massive game for Watford going forward. As I said earlier, we're clearly not going to catch Burnley, but it just would be nice to get another 3 points on the board, because the last few performances haven't been that great. And regular viewers will be pleased to know the magic water from the Norwich City game is back. The lucky water, which basically means whenever I take a sip of this water, it means Watford will score a goal. It means Watford will score a goal. I'm only joking, of course. It's regular tap water. Owen says Austria to win 2024 Euros with Dan Batman Golden Glove. Very, very interesting statement there from Owen. I think Batman's quite a controversial player in the Watford fan base. Some weeks he's really, really good. Some weeks he makes an awful mistake that a goalkeeper really shouldn't be making at this level. But I think is decent Batman, isn't he? I think you've got Maduka Okoye, who's never really been able to stake his claim since he joined the club. Ben Hamer's just kind of a backup goalkeeper as well. So yeah, I think Dan Batman, out of the goalkeepers we've got, Dan Batman's probably the best we've got. Let me bring myself more central as well. It's good to see Pedro back as well. Going down there, winning a foul, winning a free kick for Watford, I should say. João Pedro is such a key player. And actually, in terms of the January transfer window, I was actually going to make a dedicated video to the January transfer window, but I just didn't get time. But in terms of actually the players we brought in, you look at Ryan Porteous, Wesley Hoot, Henry Carouge, various other players as well. I think in January we strengthened really, really well. And if we did that in the summer, we could potentially be where Burnley and Sheffield United are now. So it's almost like Watford did really good business 6 months too late. And our season really, starts now. Players have come back from injury. Imran Louza, Tom Cleverley, Ken Sema, Joao Pedro. All these players are now available to us. But it's nearly the middle of February, and our season really has just begun in that sense of having all our key players available to us. I think Burnley largely have got quite lucky with their injury situation. I know they've had a few injuries to a couple of key players, but nothing compared to the level that Watford have seen. But here do come Burnley down the left-hand side, trying to win a foul, and it goes out for a Watford throw-in. And guys, make sure to keep me updated with all the other Championship scores and Champions League scores as well. I think, is it Chelsea have gone to Dortmund? Loads of Championship games on as well. And I think Watford could quite easily slip out of the playoff places today if we don't get a result at Burnley, and if the other results don't go our way. There's a lot of Championship games going on actually. Sunderland playing, Norwich playing, Hull playing, Coventry, QPR, Birmingham, Reading, Rotherham, Cardiff. So pretty much half the Championship teams are playing this evening. Here's Pedro on the left-hand side trying to close down the Burnley right back. Ken Sema doing some good work there, trying to win the ball back. I think Burnley, for me, are almost like, I don't really want to make this comparison, but they're almost like the Man City of the Championship. They've just been so far superior to everyone else in the league. They've been really, really good this season. And here Burnley are on the right-hand side. Chowdhury cuts the ball out. And Watford are very much restricted to defending at the moment. Burnley kind of asserting their dominance in the game at the moment. Good ball in behind. Nathan Teller's shot there didn't trouble Daniel Batman. Oh, that's well cut out. And James says Burnley are so much better. Yeah, I'm just watching Burnley's all-round play. Their triangles they got on the pitch. Everyone knows where everyone's going to be at exactly the right time. Keenan Davis just losing the ball there as well. There is a real stark comparison actually. I think the issue that a lot of Watford fans have had with Slaven Bilic, myself included, is that even with the injuries we've had, there's not really been any clear style of play at all. Like if an opposition fan come up to me in the street and said, James, tell me exactly how Watford play, what's the identity of your team? I don't really think we have a clear identity. I think that, when everyone's playing, I think the idea is to generally get the ball out wide, cross it in or give it to Joao Pedro, give it to Ismail Assar and let them, create a little bit of space, let them work a little bit of magic. But I don't really think Watford have any clear identity whatsoever. Kevin says, do you think it's much to do with Vincent Kompany? This is only, I think, Vincent Kompany's second ever managerial job, really. He obviously finished at Manchester City. Then I think, did he go to Belgium? And then he kind of come back to England, took over Burnley in what was quite a surprise appointment. Everyone thought it was a bit of a joke. And then suddenly they've become this ridiculous team. And it's a bit like Mikel Arteta. Obviously, he was originally at Arsenal. He retired. Then he worked under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, and now he's joined Arsenal and is doing wonderful things. So at the moment, the actual number of ex-players coming through and becoming managers is very, very high, I think. God, I'll tell you what, Ashley Barnes is a proper shithouse, isn't he? I'm just watching the replay now. I mean, Burnley gets so many players, into that penalty area as well. They had 5, 6, 7 players in the penalty area then, just waiting for that cross to come in. Yeah. Good ball there from Ryan Porteous into midfield. Ken Sema driving up the pitch. Here's Kamara. He keeps it in play. Pedro trying to do a bit of magic. He loses the ball. Ooh, Keenan Davis closing down the goalkeeper. Ken Sema with a stupid shot, and he gives Burnley the ball back, and Burnley are now on the counter-attack. Nathan Teller on his left-hand side. And Ryan Porteous does very well there, and Watford win a free kick. It's 1-1 in the Norwich-Hull City game now, by the way, as well. I'm not sure who scored. Jacob Reeves scored for Hull, and Kieran Dowell scored for Norwich City. Kevin says, got to go, mate, but just wanted to give some support. Keeps up great content. Thank you very much, Kevin. Here's João Pedro. Oh, I'll tell you what, if João Pedro was just a yard quicker there, he would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper. I'm not sure what's going on here. The referee's having a word with someone. And it's Ken Sema who gave the ball to Pedro, and the foul is actually for the tackle on Ken Sema there. If you're interested in what minute I'm on, I'm currently on 12 minutes, 10 seconds. Connor Roberts with the first yellow card of the game there for Burnley, with a foul on Ken Sema, and a free kick in quite a promising position actually for Watford. I say promising, it's quite far out actually. I don't even think you could shoot from that angle really. Or maybe he could shoot, I don't know. He could shoot from this angle. Here's Ken Sema, crosses it in, and it's an awful delivery, and it goes out for a Burnley goal kick. It's quite a high intensity game, this actually. I mean, Burnley have clearly been the better side so far, but Watford have had a couple of opportunities to get forward. I think Watford are almost better playing teams like Burnley week in, week out, because when we come up against teams like Millwall, Rotherham, teams that like to sit back quite a lot, we do seem to struggle to break them down. Whereas Burnley, are a possession-based team. They like to, completely different to how Burnley used to play under Vincent Kompany. They're absolutely superb, and I think Watford almost prefer playing against these types of teams because there's so much more space in behind. We've got Ismail Assar, Keenan Davis, Arajo, João Pedro. When these pacey players play, they want to run into that space. And when we play against teams with such low blocks in the Championship, it's really hard to get your creative players into the game. So even though Burnley probably have, more quality than most other Championship teams, it's almost better for Watford to play against teams like this. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you agree. But here come Burnley again. Shot goes over the bar. Caroline says we need to be more clinical in front of goal, must put our chances away. I think that's been a real issue this season. The last game actually at home, Ismail Kone literally had a complete open goal and he still managed to miss somehow. I don't know how. But yeah, we definitely do need to be a bit more clinical. QPR tickets go on sale tomorrow, actually. So if you want to go to QPR away and you're in Group A for away ticket sales, tickets are on sale tomorrow. I nearly missed that out, actually. So I'm glad I found it out earlier. Should be a good laugh, QPR away as well. Hopefully a lot of people go to that. And Luton away is not too far off as well. I think Luton away is it early April, Luton away? I can't quite remember. And then we've got Birmingham at home coming up as well. Obviously, the return of Troy Deeney to Vicarage Road as well. So there's a few good games coming up in terms of nostalgia, shall I say? Yeah. Obviously, Watford going back to Luton to play Rob Edwards as well. Yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun. Wow, that's an awful kick from the Burnley goalkeeper. Oh my God. It's a long way to go to Burnley as well. I mean, obviously the game's televised on Sky Sports, which means we can all, sit here and watch it today. But yeah, I think the coach had left Watford at about 11:30 this morning. And it must take a good 5 or 6 hours to get up to Burnley. So fair play to literally any Watford fan that travelled. Even if Watford sent one fan to this game, I would be impressed. But it looks like there's a couple of hundred fans there. So, fair play to them. Burnley with a corner now, 17 and a half minutes gone in this game. Goodmanson taking the corner for Burnley. And just wide there from Ashley Barnes. So corner whipped in and Ashley Barnes hits the side netting. Alan Turf Moor is in chat. Clearly a Burnley fan. Welcome to the stream, Alan. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, I mean, Ashley Barnes actually has had 17 minutes into this game. Ashley Barnes has already hit the bar and has had that chance just then as well. So he must be getting on quite a bit, Ashley Barnes as well. I'm gonna have to Google his age because ever since I've been supporting Watford, he's always been around. He's 33 years old. Okay, wow. Only scored 2 goals this season though, so I wouldn't call him the most clinical striker. But here come Watford on the right-hand side. Ismail Assar drives into the box, is trying to release the ball, cross-whipped in, and that is a Burnley goal kick because Mario Gaspar is coming back from an offside position. Yeah, I've gone for a different shirt today. Usually, I don't really wear Watford shirts during watch-alongs, but I thought I'd bring this shirt back out. Obviously, it's the season we got to the FA Cup final. You can see the gold FA Cup final badge in the middle of my shirt there, and that's when Watford were actually a good functioning football team, which is not what we are currently. But yeah, it doesn't seem like too long ago, but it was all the way back in 2018-19, which is like 5-6 years ago, which is crazy. That the time's gone so quickly, but yeah, that's probably in recent memory, it's probably my favourite Watford team I've seen. And I think the promotion team as well. The first season we got promoted back to the Premier League with like Agallo, Deeney when they were in their pomp as well. I think that's probably my favourite season as a Watford fan. Felipe Gajo, it says, I haven't been able to see Matthias Martins yet since he joined. What are your thoughts on what I've seen of him so far? I think Matthias Martins is a good, I think for me, he's probably a good player to come off the bench and make an impact. He's started the last couple of games, and he's had really, really good chances to score or assist other players. But it's just not been clinical enough in that final third. I think that's been the issue with many Watford fans in regards to Matthias Martins. But don't get me wrong, in terms of a young, talented player, he looks really, really good. But yeah, he just needs to work on being more clinical in the final third, I think. True Goon is here. Hello, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, big game for Arsenal tomorrow against Manchester City. I will definitely be watching that. And yeah, I actually think if Man City win tomorrow, do they go above Arsenal in the league? I'm not too sure. I think they do. But then Arsenal have a game in hand, I think. Let me know. And yeah, as James says in chat as well, Martins, can be very frustrating to watch at times. He clearly has potential. He's just quite frustrating in and around the box. I think he's not. I don't think he's up to Premier League standard. Put it that way. True Guna says they go above us on goal difference. That's a massive game for us tomorrow. It is at the Emirates, isn't it? I believe it's at the Emirates. Yeah, massive game for Arsenal. I mean, I really want Arsenal to win the Premier League just because, it's kind of become a bit boring. Obviously, I want Watford to be in the Premier League. I want to be sitting here week in, week out talking about Watford playing, the best teams in Europe. However, with Manchester City winning the league so many times, it has got a bit boring. So, yeah, I do definitely want Arsenal to win the league this season. Fingers crossed. He says, how are Watford doing this season? We're a bit like that. Some weeks we're really, really good, and some weeks we're really, really shit. And lately we've not been here. We've been really, really shit. So at the moment I'm kind of a bit meh. We're not going to get automatic promotion. So I think for me, True Guna, I think Watford are probably, fingers crossed, going to finish in the playoff places. And then obviously we have to win the player final and get promoted back to the Premier League that way, which is by no means an easy feat. So I think that's probably what's going to happen this season. Foul there on Ismail Assar by Ian Matson. I've just got 5 more subscribers to go until we reach 670 subscribers here on the Watford Way as well. So if you are new here, if you're a Burnley fan, if you're a Watford fan, if you're just a regular guy and you've just stumbled across the stream, please hit the subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. And yeah, actually at half time, I've got a wall here full of Watford memorabilia. So at half time, I'll take you through my Watford collection of signatures, photos, shirts. So yeah, we'll look at that. My Watford wall at half time. But yeah, you know what? So far, Watford I'd say we've held our own in this game. Nearly 25 minutes gone now, still 0-0. Ashley Barnes having the two best chances to send Burnley ahead. But I do think on the counter attack, Watford can be really, really threatening. Oh, thank you so much, John. Much appreciated. And yeah, got another Burnley fan in the chat. Let me know how Burnley have been doing this season, John. I've not really watched much, apart from actually watching Watford. I've not really watched many other Championship teams this season. I've watched Burnley a couple of times. I've seen Norwich a couple of times, but apart from that, I've not really been watching, many Championship games really. So I'm not really that well informed to kind of talk about how well Burnley have done. But just watching them in this first 20 minutes here, their actual structure and the way they play does seem a lot more organised than Watford. Yeah. Is Slavan Bilic the right guy? I think that's a question everyone is asking at the moment. I mean, you have to feel sorry for Watford fans. I mean, travelling all that way. Imagine, they travelled, what is it? It must be about 200 or 300 miles just to see potentially a 0-0 draw. That would be absolutely awful. I remember doing a Norwich watch long on here, and we had about 12 injuries, and then suddenly Vacuum Bio in like the 70th minute comes out of a random goal. It was absolutely hilarious. It really was. Is Manasar running into a bit of trouble there? Oh no, gives the ball away quite easily to a Burnley player. And it's well cut out there. And Watford are on the counter-attack. It's a 3v3 situation. Oh, that's a big opportunity for Watford there on the counter. It's a little bit frustrating, that. Sorry, excuse me. It's been a long day. I'm absolutely shattered. Here's Burnley. Should have been a goal. It really should have been a goal. Well defended, though, by Watford. Nathan Teller again on the left. Ryan Porteous clears. Oh, did Vacuum Bio score at the weekend? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Apparently, according to Felipe, Vacuum Bio, obviously, who joined Watford in the summer and now has been loaned back out to his previous club, he scored at the weekend, apparently. So that's interesting. I think with Bio as well, I mean, I know he's very, very, very frustrating to watch, but I think he did score about 4 goals in his time here. I mean, some very crucial goals actually as well. I mean, he obviously got the winner at Norwich. He got the winner in another game earlier this season as well. So I think we can all agree in terms of his technical ability, he's an awful football player, but he did actually score a couple of, crucial goals for Watford this season. And yeah, Watford are starting to look a little bit panicky in possession. When we get the ball, our first thought is literally just to counter straight away. rather than just calming things down and having a little bit more possession. But I suppose with how Burnley are playing this season, that's kind of the game plan you've got to go in with, really. Surely it's a foul, referee. No, he gives it to Burnley instead. I'd be very surprised if we did the double, John, over Burnley, personally. I think we did really well to beat them at Vicarage Road in the first place. Obviously, Tom Cleverley scored the winner in that game. But yeah, in terms of facing you at Turf Moor today, I highly doubt we'll win the game today. I mean, so far, 30 minutes gone. You've had 3 chances to score already. So I think the Burnley goal was probably inevitable. But the longer Watford can stay in it, who knows what can happen. But yeah, you've looked really good so far. Ashley Barnes has looked class, to be fair. Here's Burnley on the right-hand side. And that goes out for a Watford goal kick. That's what we like to see. And if you do get bored at half-time and you've got nothing else to do apart from watch me, if you go back on our channel, you can watch our vlog from the last home game. I did like a mini match day vlog, so you can see what I got up to at Vicarage Road in that video. That's the last video we posted on the channel, so very, very easy for you guys to find. Here's Hassan Kamara driving down his left-hand side. No Watford players really making runs in behind. We're quite static off the ball at the moment. Here's Ismail Assar. He seems to be growing out his hair a little bit, actually. He's gone for a kind of a new look, Ismail Assar. I've had a haircut as well. What do you think? A new trim for me? Probably a little bit too short, actually. I think the hairdresser did it a bit too short, but... Oh, shit! The Burnley keeper's fumbled it! Oh! Here's Keenan Davis! Oh, we've messed it up. Yes! Yes! Come on! Come on! João Pedro! Come on! Oh my God! Jesus! Bloody hell! Oh my God, what an unexpected goal! Come on! Come on! Oh, Jesus. Let me calm down. Oh my God. João Pedro with the goal. Here we go. Woo! Okay, what happened here? So ball in behind. The Burnley goalkeeper Muric completely messes it up. I kind of thought the opportunity was gone. Keenan Davis gets the ball back, gives it to Ken Sema, and Pedro. Oh my God, that's superb. That is superb from João Pedro. Oh my God. Yes, come on, come on. Oh, I can't believe it, honestly. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. Oh, brilliant. He's made a couple of mistakes this game as well, the Burnley goalkeeper. And this time it led to a Watford goal. João Pedro putting Watford ahead in this game. 32 minutes gone. Watford leading Burnley by 1-0. And as VJ says in chat, how much, have we missed João Pedro in this Watford team? He's literally, he clearly is the key player. Clearly, every time he doesn't play or he gets substituted off, we really struggle to create anything. And yeah, João Pedro puts Watford ahead against Burnley. Come on. Oh, God. I need to calm down. Let me breathe. Let me just look at the camera. Meditate. Okay, come on. I did go 2-1 to Watford in terms of my score prediction as well, so I am saying Burnley will score at some point. But it's a good start. It's a good start. And yeah, the Burnley goalkeeper's not had a good start to this match at all. He's lost possession 8 times so far. I mean, I don't really know a lot about Burnley. Is he your starting goalkeeper? I presume he is. but he has looked really off the pace so far. Oh, Daniel Batman with an interesting ball to Hassan Kamara there. Kamara driving up the left-hand side once again. Chowdhury getting stuck in. God, it's quite a physical game, this. Here come Burnley. Trying to make their way into the Watford penalty area. And it's the yellow card to... I can't actually make out who the referees gave the yellow card to there. Looks like it's a yellow card to Hassan Kamara. And Burnley have a free kick. Eight yellow cards for Hassan Kamara so far this season. Blimey. I mean, in terms of, Watford players not being disciplined, I think he's had, he had 2 red cards this season, 8 yellow cards. That's not very good. But here's Goodmanson standing over a free kick to Burnley just outside the penalty area. Let me refresh my Sky because we're having a little bit of buffer in here. There we go, it should be better now. Felipe says Burnley have had some top goalkeepers in recent years. I think Nick Pope for me is, clearly the standout Burnley goalkeeper. Obviously now at Newcastle, doing really, really well there as well. Was Joe Hart at Burnley? I think he was that a few seasons ago. Tom Heaton as well is another good one at Burnley. This is a challenge, isn't it? Name how many, current or former Burnley goalkeepers can you name? Tom Heaton, Nick Pope, Muric, Joe Hart, I believe, was at Burnley at some point. Is there any others I can name? I don't know. I think I can only name 4 at the moment. But here come Watford again on the counter-attack. Keenan Davis into Ismaila Sarr on this right-hand side. Sarr driving into the penalty area. Here's Sarr. Edge of the box, Joao Pedro. Back into Ismaila Sarr. And the attack ends for Watford. BJ says, not a huge fan of Kamara this season. Yeah, Kamara's been a bit of an iffy one, hasn't he? I mean, last season, in terms of, Watford performances, he was probably, right up there. But this season, obviously, we kind of found out he was moving to Udinese this summer. So he's now actually officially on loan at Watford rather than being a permanent player. And yeah, it's just not been good. I think with a lot of Watford players, especially fullbacks, going forward, they tend to be really, really good. You look at Kiko Femenir, Joao Ferreira, Jose Holebas. Going forward, they're really, really good. But actually defensively, which is their main job, they're not that great, really. And I think with Hassan Kamara this season, his defensive qualities, or not qualities, I should say, defensive frailties have been shown quite a lot. Lee Grant as well, was he at Burnley? That's interesting. Burnley seem to love English goalkeepers, don't they? Yeah, I'm just watching a replay of the Joao Pedro goal now. It's really, really good, actually. I mean, Watford didn't really create the goal themselves, but it was an awful mistake by Muric in the Burnley goal, and Watford did really, really well to capitalise on that. I think Muric knew if he was going to come and claim the ball, it would have been outside of the area, and obviously goalkeepers can't use their hands outside of the penalty area, so he kind of used his leg to try and save it, and instead it fell into, I think it was Keenan Davis, he passed it to Ken Sema, and then Joao Pedro with the goal for Watford. And actually, I have a theory here. Whenever Watford play in the black and white kit, we seem to do really, really well. I don't know why. But in the Middlesbrough game where we got the last minute winner, we were in the black and white kit. I think the Norwich game away from home, we was in the black and white kit. And today we've gone ahead at Burnley in the black and white kit. So the only reason it is, the black and white kit is clearly the best kit to have ever been made. Clearly, that's the only reasonable explanation. Sorry guys, I have to keep restarting my Sky Sports app here just because it keeps buffering. But there's nothing really happening at the moment in the game. Let's get this back on. There we go. Josh says we're always terrible in the blue kit. You know what? I really, really like that blue kit actually. When have we worn the blue kit this season? I don't think we've worn it that much, have we? So the blue kit's our actual away kit, and then the black and white kit's our third kit, right? I think that's how they did it anyway. But yeah, we never usually wear our away kit because apart from Norwich in the league, no other team wears yellow. So, here at Watford on the counter attack. Actually, Keenan Davis doing really well to drive forward here. Ismail Assar's on his own on the right hand side. Oh, Keenan Davis just couldn't get through there. Good defending by Burnley. Here's Kamara. Watford very much on the front foot at the moment. Joao Pedro. Edge of the box. Joao Pedro. Oh, nearly. Felipe says, we always seem to have good seasons in red shorts. Wishing they bring them back soon. Well, interesting thought there, Felipe, because it is very much a huge debate in the Watford fan base. Black shorts, yellow shorts, or red shorts. I really like yellow shorts actually, because I think when you wear a yellow shirt and when you wear yellow shorts, it looks quite cool. But obviously, as part of the Watford badge, we do have the colour red. So red shorts probably would make sense. Let's see. Who knows? In the summer, we might get red shorts, and we can all go to matches wearing red shorts. How ridiculous! Yeah. I do like black shorts though. I think they do look cool. Here we go. Let me get the game back on. It keeps buffering for some reason. It's probably because I've got too much going on. I've got my phone here, got my iPad here, I've got my computer here. But shot there from Burnley. Very comfortable save for Daniel Batman. And if you are new to the channel as well, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. We're trying to hit 670 subscribers today. We're only 3 away from that now as well, so we're on 667. So if you haven't already and you're new, whether if you're a Burnley fan, if you're a Watford fan, if you're just any old guy or girl, feel free to hit the subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. Here come Burnley. 42 minutes gone now, so not long until half time. Burnley trying to get one back before the interval. Bees on Tool says, just subscribe. Thank you very much, buddy. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm always interested to see where our viewers are from actually, because I speak to loads and loads of different Watford fans. And some Watford fans come from crazy places. I speak to some guys in Hong Kong. I've got a friend out in New York who's a Watford fan. I've got a friend in the Netherlands. Watford fans are dotted all over the world. So if you are here, if you're a Watford fan, if you're a Burnley fan, let us know, where in the UK you're watching from, or let me know, where in the world you're watching from, because obviously football is an international game as well. Here come Watford. Joao Pedro, edge of the Burnley box. That's a big opportunity for Watford there, actually. Felipe is in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Wow. What's the weather like in Buenos Aires? I'll tell you what, I am missing the sunshine now here in the UK. The weather's been quite nice the past couple of days, but I just find the winter so depressing. Like, just bring me hot weather, sunshine, summer. I love it. VJ says his Watford born is just on holiday. Wow. I'd love to go to India, actually. It seems really cool. B's on tour. Oh, you're a Brentford fan. I see. You go to every Brentford home game. Very interesting. Here we go. 3 minutes added time in this game if you're interested. Here's Ken Sir down the left-hand side. And Muric claims that for Burnley. Caroline's in chat as well, our moderator. I know Caroline does a lot of travelling as well. I think actually, Caroline, you were just in Costa Rica, weren't you? From what I remember. Hopefully it was really nice. And Felipe says currently very hot, about 32 degrees, and in the middle of a heat wave. That sounds very nice. I have to say, that sounds very nice. I bet when Argentina won the World Cup, it must have been crazy for you as well. Like, I saw loads of videos and images of like everyone in the streets, and yeah, it looked really cool. But yeah, about a minute to go now, about a minute and a half to go in this first half for Watford. And Watford are 1-0 up, courtesy of that João Pedro goal. Really good João Pedro finish, actually. Here comes Mario Gaspar down the right-hand side. Did really well to win the ball back there. Watford committing a few players forward. Can we get a second goal before half-time? Keenan Davis took too long to release that. Oh, good idea from João Pedro there. About a minute to go in this first half now. And here come Burnley on the attack. Can they get one back before half-time? Fingers crossed they can't. Teller down this right-hand side. Into Goodmanson. And that should pretty much be time in this first half. Now, Danny Batman about to take the goal kick. My brother is actually watching this game in the other room as well, so I could hear him when João Pedro scored. I think he's very happy, judging by the reaction he made. And yeah, that is half time now. So Watford 1-0 up, courtesy of João Pedro, and actually many thanks to the Burnley goalkeeper Muric making such a bad mistake. Really, I mean, it was an awful mistake that led to the goal. Really, and Vincent Kompany has got a very stern face on. He doesn't look that happy, but I'm happy. As you can see, Watford 1-0 up in this game. I'll literally be back in about 1 minute's time. So just going to go and refill my water. Yeah, I'll be back in about a minute for the second half in this game, as Watford are leading Burnley by 1-0. Don't go anywhere, and make sure to subscribe as well. Hello, I've returned. Oh. Right, here we go. Getting ready for the second half. And yeah, my thoughts in the first half. Good performance by Watford, I'd say. I mean, defensively, as usual, we do look a little bit susceptible. But I think the game plan so far has worked. We've used our pacey players on the counter-attack to good effect. Sarr has looked lively. Pedro, of course, scoring the goal looks really, really good. And Keenan Davis has done a really good job winning the ball back, holding it up, and serving it out to them wide, fast players. So overall, I think this team's worked really, really well. In terms of substitution options for Watford, let's take a look at the possible options he's got on the bench. We've got Ben Hamer, who's obviously the backup goalkeeper. Imran Louza can potentially come on. Ken Sema, Henrique Rouge, Christian Kabasele, Matthias Martins, and Britt Assombalonga as well. So yeah, very, very strong bench for Watford to come on in this second half as well. So I'm quite happy with the position we're in so far. And yeah, let's just hope Watford keep on moving in this direction. In terms of our fixtures coming up, we've obviously got West Brom next Monday, which I will be attending, of course, because it's the home game. And then we've got Sheffield United, so again, very, very tough. And we've got Preston, QPR, Birmingham, Wigan, Luton. So yeah, it's looking good. We've still got a very, very tough run in, but in terms of exciting games against good teams, yeah, it's looking good. The Birmingham game, I'm looking forward to at Vicarage Road, see Troy Deeney again. How weird will that be, by the way? Troy Deeney playing against Watford at Vicarage Road. If he scores, imagine if Troy Deeney scores in that game. I wouldn't know whether to kind of go, well done, or to boo him. I don't really know what to do. But yeah, that would be good fun. QPR away. Hopefully, I can get a ticket for that. I'm not in the highest away group, so I am going to have to wait for the tickets to go on sale for me on Friday, I believe. But yeah, hopefully I can get to QPR away. I think that'd be a good laugh. Wigan should be good. We should be beating them. And then obviously the big game against Luton on April the 1st as well. So that should be a good laugh as well, Luton away. So yeah, a lot of big games coming up for Watford. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat. Bees on tour is giving us some score updates. BJ has said, who's been the better side this half? I think Burnley, actually, in terms of the actual football they've played, they've probably been the better side. But Watford ultimately capitalised on the Burnley mistake, and Watford deserved to be 1-0 up because we did that. Felipe says, if Deeney scores, it'll be from a penalty. Obviously, the classic Troy Deeney penalties. You have to absolutely love it. And actually, I did promise you guys at half-time I would quickly show you the Watford stuff on my bedroom wall. So let's see if I can turn my camera around. Here we go. So up here we have a Odion Ighalo signed photo. My favourite ever Watford player, Odion Ighalo. So there that is. Then we got a whole selection of signatures here. Can you guys recognise any of them? Let me know in the live chat. And down here we've got a Roberto Pereira signed photo. Obviously a quality player. When he was at Watford, a bit like Ismaila Sarr, where some days he'd perform, some days he wouldn't. But when Roberto Pereira was on his day, he was really, really good. Obviously, a current Watford player in Tom Cleverley. I've got a photo and autograph from him. And then, as we were just discussing, here's Troy Deeney. Yeah, what a legend. Vicarage Road sign up there. And this is a signed shirt I got for my 18th birthday. There's Troy Deeney's signature just in the middle there. And yeah, I received that for my 18th birthday. And that's kind of my collection of Watford memorabilia. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed that little tour. Let's put the camera back there. There we go. Can you see me? Good. And yeah, not long to go now until the second half, about five minutes, I believe. Cleverly needs to work on his signature. Right, let's get the game back on Sky. Adam says Sema's been brilliant. I think Sema has actually done really well. I think we've completely forgot about the fact that, obviously Watford would have gone into this game with a game plan. And yeah, just before the game, Tom Cleverly, went off injured. I didn't even realise until you guys told me in the chat. And Tom Cleverly went off injured. Sema come in last minute. And as a player coming in that last minute, it must be quite... at least for me anyway, I'd be quite nervous as a player coming into the team, that suddenly. But Sema has done really, really well. And actually, I think it was Sema who got the assist for the Pedro goal as well. So, yeah, I absolutely agree, Adam. I think Sema's been superb. You're always on at me about this map behind me, VJ. I love my map. It's a cool map. And I've got little green flags. So every time I visit a new country, I put in a green flag. To show I visited the country. I love it. Let's adjust the camera slightly here. There we go. Which country am I going to next? Well, I'm actually going on holiday for my birthday in March. I'm going to Spain in March, but I've been to Spain before. But in terms of new countries I'd like to go to, I've never been to America before. I'd like to go to New York City at some point. That's on my list. Italy I'd like to go to as well. Never been to Italy. I've been to Greece. I've been to France. I've been to the Canary Islands. Australia is very, very expensive. I'd love to go there. Iceland at some point, hopefully this year or next year, I'd love to go to Iceland to see the Northern Lights. India, as I said earlier, I'd love to go to India as well. So there's many, many places I'd like to go to. It's more about actually having the money to go and visit, because obviously traveling, can be very expensive. But hopefully, this year I can get to a few more places. Shall we go on Twitter? Let's go on Twitter and see what other Watford fans are saying as well. Well, yeah, that'd be interesting to go and see the Udinese game. I know a lot of Watford fans have actually gone and done that. I'm actually going to Malaga in March for my birthday, and Malaga have a home match while I'm visiting on the Saturday. So yeah, if I can I want to go and see a Malaga home game in the Spanish First Division. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I think it's Malaga versus Real Sociedad, something like that. So I think that'd be pretty cool to go to a Spanish football game. Norwich beaten Hull by 2-1 now, according to Bees on Tour. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'd love to go and see football games abroad as well. I've always considered making like my own personal YouTube channel to kind of film what I get up to. I'll probably wait until I've got a bigger following until I film myself going to other countries. But in terms of doing football vlogs and videos from other countries, I think that's something I'd be potentially interested in doing in the future. The Hornets house, Callum is in chat. Welcome to the chat, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Just our Brazilian doing what he does best. Yeah, great goal by João Pedro. Definitely my current favourite Watford player. He was so close to I think it was Newcastle who actually bid for him in the summer transfer window. I think Fabrizio Romano actually tweeted the deal was done, but thankfully João Pedro stayed at Watford. And yeah, it's been class. It's been class, hasn't he? He's clearly a Premier League player. Just how high he can go in the footballing world, we'll have to wait and see. But obviously, comparing him to Richarlison, another Brazilian who was at Watford, I actually think he's got way more potential and way more ability than Richarlison ever had. And Richarlison was a really good player at Watford, don't get me wrong, but João Pedro he just oozes class, doesn't he? So yeah, I'm really excited to see what João Pedro can do in his career. All right, second half should be starting any moment now, fingers crossed. And I have just checked the channel. I think we're 2 subscribers away from 670 subscribers now, which is what I wanted to hit today, which is amazing. So thank you very much, guys, for all the comments. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, hopefully we can hit that subscriber goal today. That would be absolutely fantastic. And yeah, plenty more content to come from us this season. Obviously, we've got the West Brom match next Monday. So I'll be doing a preview for that and potentially a vlog from the match if I feel like it. And then we've got the big match against Sheffield United afterwards. Then we've got Luton coming up eventually, Birmingham, QPR. So yeah, a lot to look forward to on the channel. And hopefully it all ends with Watford getting promoted to the Premier League. That's the plan. Fingers crossed that happens. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. I think it'll be very, very tricky. We clearly are not getting automatic promotion. Although I'll say that, I mean, we're beating the current leaders of the Championship at the moment. But I think automatic promotion for many people is out of the question. And yeah, it's all about the playoffs then, really. It's just about finishing as high as possible, getting, all our current injured players back into form, back into shape. And yeah, trying to win the playoffs ultimately. Which is going to be exciting, but also can potentially be very, very heartbreaking as well. If Watford got to the final and lost, I'd be absolutely devastated. So it can be very, very fun, but it can be very, very crap. But hopefully for us it'll be very, very fun, and Watford will be playing Premier League football next season. And as Caroline says, we haven't played brilliantly, but the defence looks solid. I actually still think defensively we look a little bit shaky. But yeah, going forward, I think we have looked really, really good, especially on the counter attack as well. I said earlier, I think playing against teams like Burnley, where there is more spacing behind it, does suit Watford. When we played Millwall away, Millwall at home, Rotherham, teams like that who are very, very dull to watch, Hull City as well, that they have so many plays back defending, it's really, really hard to, create real opportunities in behind. So yeah, when Watford have the opportunity to, to play a more attractive style of football, I think it's good that we see goals like we've seen today. Players just about to come out here as well. Here's Slavan Bilic making his way back out to the touchline, looking very, very dapper as usual. João Pedro getting warmed back up. Ryan Portillo's coming back out as well. What a signing he's been so far. I think he's only played 3 games, but the 3 games I've seen, he looks absolute quality. Pedro wearing the captain's armband today as well. It's just class, isn't he? I think he's just a class guy, João Pedro. I mean, it could go very wrong this second half. By the way, I think we're all getting a little bit carried away. I think Watford could quite easily bottle this. Hopefully that's not going to happen, but I think that quite easily could happen. Knowing what's happened with Watford this season, fingers crossed that won't happen. But yeah, we'll wait and see. Vincent Company coming out again, looking very, very angry. In fact, wow. Okay, that is interesting. Burnley have made a substitution. A new goalkeeper is coming on. Let me just find out his name. I've never seen this guy in my life. Sky Sports might show us here, actually. So Muric, who made the mistake for the Burnley goal, is coming off. And Bailey Peacock Farrell, who is the substitute Burnley goalkeeper, he's coming on to replace him. Is that a tactical change by Vincent Company, or is he so pissed off with the mistake that he's actually gone, I'm going to bring in my substitute goalkeeper at half time? I think that's what he's done. Wow. That's a very interesting call from Vincent Company there. Yeah, and Hornets House saying he's predicting that this could potentially be a 1-1 draw for Watford. I don't like pessimists, but I think you could be onto something there. We do like drawing games this season. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but yeah, knowing what Watford have been like this season. But I think with the two new centre-backs in Wesley Hoyt and Ryan Porteous, they do look a little bit more comfortable on and off the ball compared to, Troost-Ekong, Sierralta, Craig Cathcart. I think when Craig Cathcart does come back from injury, actually, I think it'll be tough for him to get back into this team with how well, Wesley Hoyt and Porteous have been playing at the moment. I'm still having issues with my Sky Sports, by the way. Keep having to refresh it. We're back on. And Bees and Saw says Muric used to be Man City's backup goalkeeper. Yes, he did. I did know that, but he hasn't been very good today. Here come Burnley, though. Yeah, he hasn't been very good today. And yeah, Vincent Company actually substituted him at half time, which I found to be hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. And you do just worry because Burnley were actually quite good in the first half. And if Vincent Company's actually, gave them a bollocking at half time, you do worry that they're going to come out and be absolutely superb. Danny Batman with the long ball straight to the Burnley defence. Ismail Assar tries to win it back for Watford. And here come Burnley on the right. Driving in this penalty area, crossed in. Watford clear. Big chance for Burnley there. All it needed was really, a touch on that, and Batman would have struggled to save it. And here come Burnley again, down the right. And it's been all Burnley so far this second half. Felipe says, is Asperilla injured? I don't believe he's injured. I actually think Slaven Bilic has kind of said that he's going to play some football with the under-21s for a period of time. Whether the Watford coaching staff think that he's maybe not ready to play week in, week out for the men's team yet, we'll have to wait and see. But it does seem like in the past couple of game weeks, he's not been in the Watford squad at all, whether it be on the bench or in the starting 11. So it's interesting that Asperilla hasn't featured for Watford in the past few games. I think in terms of his actual physicality, he's clearly not ready. But I think when Pedro joined the club, he was quite similar in stature. However, in terms of his ability to open up a defence and play a really, really good pass, I think he's superb at that. So I think it'll be wrong of Bilic not to utilise him later in the season if injuries crop up or other situations crop up where he could be of use to us. That's a foul by Brownhill, and Watford have a free kick here in the Burnley half. What are the Champions League scores, guys, as well? I've completely forgot the Champions League was on until just now. So let's have a look. Champions League scores. Bayern Munich beating PSG by 1-0. That's interesting. Milan beating Spurs. Is that all the games that are on today? There's only 2 games on today. Bayern, PSG, Milan, Tottenham. Tomorrow we got Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, Club Brugge, Benfica, Liverpool, Real Madrid. That's a massive game. Inter Milan, Porto, and Man City versus RB Leipzig. Watford cutting the ball out there, and we're on the counter-attack in a 2v2 situation. Here come Watford on the left-hand side. Ken Semmer holds up the ball. Blimey, that was a strong tackle. That was a strong tackle. He could get booked for that, actually. Keenan Davis on, I can't see who that was to Burnley, but that was a strong tackle by Keenan Davis. You should probably get a yellow card for that, to be fair. The Burnley player literally rolled into the advertising hoardings. Because it's a slope pitch, we literally rolled down it. Come on, Watford. Come on. We did well to get that goal through Joao. We didn't really make the goal ourselves, did we? I suppose we kind of forced it with the pressure on the goalkeeper. He made the mistake. We capitalised on it. We now need to go and get a second goal, really, to give us that cushion, because I think Burnley quite comfortably could, score a couple of goals, very quickly in this game. Burnley player, I think Nathan Teller goes down in the box asking for a penalty. Referee says no. Wow, this game's being played at quite a frantic pace. I can't keep up. Here's Burnley. Edge of the box. Goodmanson shoots. Good catch by Daniel Batman. Come on. Come on. Felipe says 2 former Watford players played the other night in a Club World Cup final versus Real Madrid. Who are them 2 former players, Felipe? I'd be interested to know who they were. And Bees on Tour says, of the 7 games Burnley have conceded the first goal, they've won 5 and drawn 2. So that statistic basically says Burnley potentially could come back into this game, which I think we're all agreed on. They quite comfortably have the quality to do that. But I think in my heart, you know, in my biased Watford heart, I think Watford have enough to win this game. And it's frustrating as well, because we clearly, if we can beat top of the league Burnley, you know, we should be up there challenging ourselves. But because we've had so many injuries this season, we obviously had the managerial change as well. Here come Burnley though. Hold on. Shot blocked. Burnley throw. A lot of Burnley pressure currently. Agallo and Carrillo. Ah, that's interesting. Loved Agallo. I loved him so much. He's still my favourite Watford player. I think Pedro, if Pedro stays for another season and performs at the levels he has done, I think Pedro might eclipse Agallo. But yeah, I loved Agallo. I loved his celebration. I loved everything about him. He was a class guy. He was so nice. I think it helps when the players have really nice personalities as well. Like Troy Deeney was just a class bloke, you know, on and off the pitch. Agallo was class. Pedro seems like a really lovely guy as well. So yeah, you know, João Pedro is definitely up there in terms of my all-time, favourite Watford players. "56 minutes gone now in this game. Burnley with 3 shots, Watford with 1 shot. So actually, in terms of attacking output from both teams, there's only been 4 shots on goal in the entire game. It's been quite good to watch in terms of the actual football that's been played, but not a lot has happened in front of goal, really, in terms of actual output. Good defending there by Hassan Kamara. Goes out for a Burnley corner. And yeah, Felipe, it's a good point as well. Pedro has nicked the Agallo song. He has. I think with Watford fans, the 1881 especially at Vicarage Road, when we have an affinity to a Watford player, we instantly assign them with a song. I almost guarantee you that soon, or at least in the next couple of months, Ryan Porteous will probably get a song, just because he's been class so far, hasn't he? I think Ryan Porteous will get a song at some point. Hamza Chowdhury has a song as well. Does Sarr have a song? I don't think Sarr has his own song, really, does he? Keenan Davis doesn't have his own song. Backman doesn't really. Yeah, it's interesting. You have to find a song where you can kind of rhyme the Watford player's name, the lyrics. Like, sometimes players have names where they don't really go into a song, so it's quite hard. I think Pedro's just been booked here. Oh no, Ashley Barnes has been booked for getting too angry. Bit pushing and shoving in the penalty area. Wesley Hoyt looks to have gone down after Barnes pushed him. Here we go, Burnley corner. Let's just defend this. Here we go. And it's literally gone over everyone in a penalty area. I don't know what's happened here. I think it's gone to Burnley free kick. Ah, yeah, Charlotte, you're right, actually. He does have a song. I saw that. You are right. But I've not actually heard it be sung by Watford fans in the stand. But yeah, I did see Jacob tweet that. But yeah, what other Watford songs do I like? There is a lot. There is a lot. I think sometimes we need to be a little bit more creative with the songs we make. But yeah, we are pretty good at coming up with songs for players. Charlie Holcomb, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. He says, just joined. How have we been playing? I think Burnley have been the better side overall, but obviously we've got the goal for João Pedro. We're currently winning by 1-0. So yeah, I think we've been class, to be fair. I think, Watford have largely played in the counter-attack in terms of the attacking opportunities we've had. But the game plan so far is going to plan, quite literally. Ashley Barnes is trying to ruffle a few feathers here. But yeah, I think we've been good. So Burnley have a free kick here on the left-hand side. It's whipped in. Batman tries to punch it. He doesn't really get much contact on it. Here's Josh Cullen on the right-hand side. Kuzar Ahmed says, do you think Burnley can score? I think Burnley could score at any time. I'm quite worried. I just hope Watford can hold on to this 1-goal lead, because we so desperately need 3 points. We desperately need 3 points in this game. I mean, we've got 2 tough games coming up in West Brom and Sheffield United as well. So yeah, 3 points today is, for me, a complete bonus. I wasn't expecting to win the game. So if we do miraculously do it, I'd be delighted. So yes, I do think Burnley can score. But yeah, as Josh says, if we get another goal, I think we could potentially see it out. Charlie says, what happened with Cleverly? I don't personally know myself. All I know is that I joined the watch along, and everyone in chat told me he got injured in the pre-game warm-up. So Ken Semmer came into the team for him. So hopefully it's not a reoccurrence of his injury, because that'd be awful. But yeah, Tom Cleverly got injured in the warm-up before the game, and Ken Semmer come into his place. A Burnley player's gone down injured here, by the way, as well. So we've got plenty of time to chat. Caroline says Gaspar is slow. Yeah, I think he clearly is very, very slow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to expect, Caroline, from Gaspar, really. He come from Spain. He's an Asian fullback. His legs have gone. Defensively, I think he's really, really good. But in terms of going forward, he can't offer anything at all. But yeah, Gaspar, I think next season, I don't think he'll be at Watford, really. Looks like the Burnley players are trying to start a little bit of a fight here. Another corner for Burnley. Oh my God, what a save, Daniel Batman. Oh my God, literally, it was probably an inch off the line. Oh my God, what a save, Daniel. Come on. Oh my goodness. Let's see this on the replay. Oh my God. It was a good header, actually. Who was that? It actually come off, I think it come off Ryan Porteous, and Daniel Batman gets down really, really quickly. Reflex save. Oh, yeah, that's class. Well done, Daniel. Good job. That is his job. Quite literally, he's a goalkeeper, James. What are you talking about? Well done. That just shows how quickly the game can change, though. I mean, we're sitting here going, I'm very, very happy with the win, etc., etc. It would be great to get the 3 points, and then Burnley have a potential goal cleared off the line there, so it can change very, very quickly. Good save from Batman this. Do you think Ngakia will be our starter when Gaspar goes, or will we sign a new fullback? I actually think Ngakia and Gaspar aren't really up to this level. Obviously, we signed Joao Ferreira, who's currently injured from Benfica. He could potentially be an option at right back. But yeah, I think in the summer, actually, both fullbacks. Obviously, Kamara is going to Udinese because he signed for them. Well, he's on loan with us and then signed for them officially. So I think we need a new left back. And then, yeah, I think Gaspar is aging. He's not fast enough. And then Ngakia, I don't think is really suitable for this level. So I think both fullback positions, Josh, we could potentially strengthen in the summer. Another new centre back actually would be really nice as well to go alongside Porteous and Wesley Hoyt. Josh Lewis says, why does this remind me of the 1-0 loss to Bournemouth in 2020-21? I cannot remember that game. Is that when we had like a massive scrap at the end and there was like 2 red cards? I remember there being a fight at the end of the Bournemouth match. Is that the one? I can't remember. Potentially. You have to remind me. And yeah, Caroline says, Batman, great point blank save. Really, really good. It's a reflex save, really. He was kind of going down in that direction. But it would have been a goal. And, Batman's basically saved us there, saved us to 3 points. So if Watford go on to win this game by this current margin, we've got Daniel Batman to thank because it was a fantastic save. If you are new here as well, please subscribe to the channel by hitting the button down below. Make sure to like the stream as well, and let me know where you're watching from. If you're a Watford fan, if you're a Burnley fan, if you're just a casual football fan, if you stumbled along to the stream, let me know in the chat. We're trying to hit 670 subscribers today. I believe we've got 2 more to go. So if we could hit that goal today, that would be much appreciated. Thank you so much. And Watford have won a free kick here thanks to Joao Pedro. Josh Brownhill fouling him in the Burnley half. Oh, Pedro is so good. He just goes on little runs. I love him. Yeah, I knew that was the one, Josh. I knew it. Pedro's gone down injured here. He looks a bit in pain actually. Hopefully he's all right. Charlie says, off to Sheffield United. Am I going to be there? I'm not going to be there, unfortunately. Wait, is it a home game, Sheffield United? If it's at home, I'll be there. If it's away, I'm not going to Sheffield United away. I keep losing track of the fixtures. Let me have a look quickly. I'm sure the Sheffield United game's away, so I wouldn't. Yeah, it's away. I won't be there. I'll be at QPR away, and if I can get tickets, I'll be at Luton away as well. So those are the next 2 away games I'll be doing, probably QPR and Luton away, as long as I can get tickets. So yeah, feel free to say hello if you see me at any game. I'll be more than happy to have a chat. Charlotte says, we're planning to go to the pub to watch the last half an hour. Kids got back from training and demanded hot chocolate, so listening to the Watford Way from home instead. Absolutely fair enough. I do love hot chocolate. It's probably one of my favourite drinks. Like a really nice hot chocolate with whipped cream, marshmallows, That is literally like my favourite drink ever, especially in the winter as well. I love hot chocolate so much. Here come Watford though. Nearly 70 minutes gone now in this game. Burnley looking to counter-attack here. They've got a man free down his left-hand side. Hamza Chowdhury blocks the Burnley cross. There's a lot of empty seats actually at Burnley, to be fair. They keep showing the stands and it doesn't look that full up. Watford did make 2 substitutions, but I was too busy reading the chat, so I've not actually seen... I didn't actually see the substitutions Watford made. Let me have a look. Sorry, guys. I'm meant to be keeping track of this game. Here we go. So Davis comes off, Henrique Arouge comes on, and Sema goes off, and Matthias Martins comes on. So those are the 2 substitutions for Watford. Beezentor said, I've been planning to go to Arsenal and Palace away so far. Oh, you've been to Arsenal and Palace away so far this season, and you're planning to go to Liverpool, Brighton, and Wolves. Yeah, Liverpool's class, Brighton's good, and Wolves is good fun as well. I love going to Arsenal away. I've done Arsenal a few times actually. Yeah, Arsenal is good fun. Ashley Barnes comes off for Burnley. He was being a bit of a dick. I've got to be honest. Bit of a troublemaker, Ashley Barnes. But yeah, he's come off the pitch now. Goodmanson's come off as well for Burnley. And Scott Twine comes on. Scott Twine I really like actually. He seems like a really nice guy. I think he plays in the left wing, Scott Twine. Free kick for Burnley. Here we go. And that's easy for Daniel Batman to claim. Well done, Daniel. Charlotte says, she'll do me a hot chocolate with all the trimmings. Thank you so much. Wow, I feel honoured. Yeah, I do love it. I do love it. It's got to be really milky, though. It's got to be really milky, warm, hot chocolate, full of marshmallows. Do the marshmallows float or melt, says VJ? So what I do is I do the hot chocolate, then I do whipped cream, then I put the marshmallows on top of the whipped cream. Or what the other thing you can do is do the hot chocolate, put the marshmallows in the hot chocolate so they melt, and then put the whipped cream on. And then you could also sprinkle like cocoa powder over the whipped cream. There's lots of different variations of hot chocolate, guys. I'm the hot chocolate expert. Yeah. Statistic here by Sky saying that Burnley have the most goals by substitutes in the Championship this season with 9 goals. So a lot of stats in Burnley's favour when it comes from winning from 1-0 down. Excuse me. Ellis says, hello, what's the score? It's currently 1-0 to Watford. Ellis, wow, Pedro with the goal. Come on. And if you only just started watching the stream, actually, it was quite funny at half-time because the Burnley goalkeeper made the error for the Watford goal. So Muric in goal for Burnley basically passed the ball to Watford. João Pedro did really well. He slotted it away. And then at half-time, Vincent Kompany substituted the Burnley goalkeeper, Muric, and he brings on this guy I've never heard of in my life, which is, you know, in terms of the goalkeeper's confidence, being substituted at half-time, I don't think it would do you the world of good personally, but I suppose, Vincent Kompany's in such a position where he's so many points ahead of everyone else this season that he can make decisions like that. Caroline says she's not been impressed by how Burnley are playing considering they're top of the table. I think first half they looked quite good. I do think they've got quite frustrated. They are trying to start a few fights with Watford players, I've noticed. But yeah, they've created enough chances to score. I think Watford have just defended quite well, and we hit them on the counter attack. Ultimately, I mean that was our game plan, and there's 15 minutes to go. Hopefully, we can see it out and get the 3 points. There we go. Please subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. Actually, before I talk about subscribing, substitution for Watford, Ismail Kone is coming off, and you'll be pleased to know Imran Louza is coming on. So Louza is coming on for the last 15 minutes, which is great to see. And yeah, Ismail Kone, who's done quite well today, comes off the pitch for Watford. Oh, here come Watford. Opportunity on the counter-attack. Is Myla Sarr's driving forward here? Can he create something for us? Here's Sarr. He cuts back inside. Oh, nearly. Here's Sarr again, though, on the right. Oh, no. Oh, that's unlucky. Sarr's had a good game so far, though. He has had a good game. Louza looks really happy to be back as well. I mean, same as Cleverley, who was out for such a long time. Long-term injury. So it's good to see these talented players actually come back into this Watford team because it's much needed. We've been missing their quality so much. I do remember that actually B's on tour. I think I was at that game actually. Was that the game at Vicarage Road? I think so. But yeah, in terms of my man of the match, we are getting to that stage of the game. I think the last 5 minutes, I'll give out my man of the match. Obviously, João Pedro got the goal, which was good. Obviously, quality goal. It's great to see João Pedro score. However, I don't think at the moment I will give João Pedro man of the match. I would probably give it to Daniel Batman potentially, just because that save to keep it at 1-0 was so massive. Burnley playing at home, if they get it to 1-1, ultimately they might go on to win the game. And yeah, early on in the second half, Batman makes a massive save off the line. And if Watford win the game by 1-0, I think I have to give the man of the match to Daniel Batman just because the save was so crucial. But then equally, João Pedro gets the goal. So maybe I'll do a joint man of the match. Who knows? We're not there yet, though. We're not there yet. We have to win the game first. "78 minutes gone now in this game." Felipe says, "Is Adam Messina versus Cardiff the last goal from a direct free kick?" I think Imran Louza scored a goal from a direct free kick this season. Was it against Stoke City away? Am I thinking that right? I'm sure Louza has scored a free kick this season. But yeah, as Felipe says, it was a long time between Watford scoring a free kick and then scoring the next one. Yeah, we are not very good at set pieces, really. Blackpool. Was it Blackpool? Maybe. Oh, Ryan Porteous, great bit of play there. He is superb, honestly. Oh, it's so good. What a bargain. £300,000 from Hibernian. Oh my God. It's really progressive, Ryan Porteous. Like, he just gets the ball, he drives out from the back, always looking to play it forward. He's so, so good. Really good performance from him today again. Matthias Martin's getting stuck in there. Burnley have a throw in. Oh, referee, something's happened here with Martins. He's been shoved to the ground. Referee's telling the players to go away. Tell you what, this Burnley side are absolute wind-up merchants. Yeah, Nathan Teller and Martins there. What is going on? Everyone keeps falling to the ground. Oh, come on, Watford. Okay, we're losing a bit of control in this game now. Chowdhury. We need to calm the game down a bit now. It's getting a bit erratic. João Pedro, there's clearly a foul there. Yeah, really physical game. There's a lot of shoving going on. Burnley clearly want to get something out of this. They're really pushing forward, but Watford, are trying to hold on, quite obviously. And if you are new here, as I was saying earlier, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 670 subscribers today. I think we're 2 away at the moment. So if you are new, you're watching me for the first time, if you're a Watford fan, if you're a Burnley fan, if you're a general football fan, please hit the button below and subscribe would be much appreciated. And let me know if you want more live streams like this throughout the season. I'm quite happy to do them when I'm not at a match, when it's televised, and I've got nothing else to do. I'm happy to sit here and chat to you guys. Cross whipped in. Daniel Batman comes out and punches it away. Burnley getting very, very close here to scoring. I'm a little bit concerned. Not long left of normal time now either, about 7, 8 minutes. It's so frustrating that my Sky Sports app keeps freezing. I literally every like 5 minutes have to keep refreshing it. Oh, nearly. Matthias Martin's nearly winning the ball off the substitute Burnley goalkeeper. How funny. But here come Burnley on the attack. Felipe says he'd love me to do more live streams in the future. Great for us who are abroad and cannot see the match. Thank you very much. I'll definitely consider that for more games going forward. I think there's a couple more away games that are going to be on TV in the coming few weeks. I think the Sheffield United game actually might be on TV as well. If it is, I'll be back here doing a live stream. So yeah, that's good to hear. It's good to hear positive things like that. Well done, Imran. Imran loses us so well there. He evades about 3 or 4 Burnley challenges. And Watford have calmed the game down a little bit now. Referee plays advantage to Burnley after Imran loses fouls. Oh, referee's blown up there. It's getting physical now. Pedro involved this time. Yellow card for Joao Pedro for a poor challenge there. I think it was on Ian Matson. Oh, Nathan Teller, sorry. It was on Nathan Teller. Joao Pedro's 4th yellow card of the season. I believe, I mean, you'd usually get suspension for 5 yellow cards, right? But I believe after Christmas it resets. So you have to get, is it 10 yellow cards for a 1-match ban? I'm not sure. Hopefully it's not 5, because if Pedro picks up another yellow card, he would then be banned for the next game. But yeah, I think after Christmas it goes up to 10 as the threshold you need to reach. I could be completely wrong. I'm not an expert on yellow cards. I'm sure someone in chat can correct me. But here's Scott Twine standing over a Burnley free kick in actually quite a dangerous area. It looks like he's going to shoot here. He does shoot. It goes just over Daniel Batman's bar. Batman was worried for a second. A good effort there from Scott Twine. Probably about 35 yards from goal. But yeah, that didn't really trouble Daniel Batman. It did get him a little bit worried though. Another substitution for Watford. Joao Pedro's coming off with 4 minutes to go, and Christian Kabasele, after a long time out injured, is coming back. So Pedro off for Watford. Obviously after just picking up that yellow card, and Christian Kabasele is coming on. So Slavan Bilic clearly is a little bit concerned. He's thrown on a centre-back these last few minutes, which is understandable. But yeah, Joao Pedro goes off after getting that goal for Watford. Good from Keenan Davis to pick up the ball again. Ken Sema into Pedro, and a cracking finish from Joao Pedro to put Watford up by 1-0 there in the first half. I think that puts Joao Pedro actually on 9 goals so far for this season as well, which is great to see. Come on. Not long to go now. Literally about 3.5 minutes of normal time, and whatever amount of extra time they add on is all we've got left to go. So this win would put Watford up on 49 points. But Luton would have 2 games in hand on Watford, and we're on the same points as Luton. Okay, that's not that good. And yeah, VJ actually says 2 assists from Sema in 2 games. Sema's just a really good utility player. Oh dear. Okay. It's at this point every game where I get a little bit nervous. About 2 minutes to go, about 1.5 minutes actually of normal time to go. Burnley's still looking to get that equaliser. I need a drink of water. Okay, 1 minute to go. Come on, guys. Come on, 1 minute to go. VJ reckons there'll be at least 5 minutes of extra time. I hope not. I've been streaming for nearly 2 hours. Crazy. Yeah, 5 minutes seems to be like the average amount of time they usually add on. There's not really been many injuries. I just think there's been a lot of like little fights between the Burnley and Watford players, I suppose. I can hear my brother outside my bedroom. I think he's also watching the game. Come on, Watford. Not long to go. 6 minutes added on. Goodness me. I mean, Burnley will clearly feel they can get another goal. You know, they've come back from losing positions many times this season. Let's just hope we can hold on. I don't really know what formation we're playing anymore, to be honest. Come on, Watford. No, I absolutely agree, Josh. I can never trust Watford to see out a game. Usually, if it's like the 90th minute and we're 3-0 up, I'll go, okay, we've actually won. But even if we're 2-0 up and it's like 90 minutes gone, I'll still be a little bit worried. Well, Obafemi plays for Burnley. I didn't even know that. Michael Obafemi. It's just fouled Matthias Martins there. Silly foul to give away, really, for Burnley. So literally about 4 minutes to go now. We've played 92 minutes so far in this game. We've got 6 added on, so 4 minutes to go. And Watford really just need to play keep ball now. Like we've just, that's a long ball there to Martins to chase. Martins holds it up in the corner as he should do. It's a free kick to Watford. How's Wesley Hoyt played? Yeah, he's been class. He's been class again. To be fair, I think him and Porteous. I think we've found our two new centre backs. Really, I think both of them have looked really good. You know, both of them haven't really made a massive mistake. Wesley Hoyt is obviously the more experienced. I think he's 29 years old. But yeah, it's been absolutely class. To be fair, I can't really fault Hoyt or Porteous this game. Oh yeah, I agree, Charlotte. Ben Foster more so. I don't think Deeney was that good, but yeah, Ben Foster literally would probably take about 30 seconds over a goal kick, wouldn't he? Ben Foster was very good at time wasting. Here come Burnley. Literally not too long now to go. Martin's trying to lead an attack for Watford here. He gets brought down again. Referee says no foul. Burnley still have the ball. Martins does go down very easily. I think he'll get a reputation for diving. He seems like that kind of player. A lot of the South Americans do get that reputation for some reason. Sometimes it's warranted. I mean, Richarlison dives all the time. But then on the other hand, Jack Grealish also dives quite a lot as well. I think it's just part of their culture, really, in South America, isn't it? I think, you know, if you feel a little bit of contact, they'll go down. You know, the referee will say, "We've seen contact, it's a penalty." But actually, when you look at it on a replay, it's clearly a dive, isn't it? Burnley just had a penalty appeal. Actually, it looked like it hit a Watford player's hand. Actually, yeah, you're right, BJ. Zaha is the king of diving. Okay, so we're just giving away a corner with a minute to go. Burnley corner. Mario Gaspar gives it away. I'm very, very nervous now. Oh no. Please no. I don't want it to end like this. The Burnley goalkeeper's come up, so there's no one in goal for Burnley. He's come up from the back, trying to salvage a point. This is it. This is their last chance. Here we go. Oh shit! Oh, for no! No! Oh, I'm devastated. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry. They've scored. Burnley have scored. It's Obafemi, the guy I was just talking about, who I didn't even think played for Burnley. Obafemi's just scored. Oh no. We knew it. We kind of knew it, you know. It's gutting. It really is gutting. You know, we all said it in chat. I think Josh said it earlier. Charlotte said it. VJ said it. You know, whenever Watford are 1-0 up, you can never trust us to kind of keep hold of the lead. Really scrappy goal as well. I think Batman did well to get down and save it originally. Oh, it actually comes off the post. Ah, oh, it's gutting. That is gutting. So there we go. Obafemi scores for Burnley. João Pedro thought he had the winner for Watford. It just wasn't to be today. Wasn't to be. And it just shows why Burnley were. Kind of get my words out now. It just shows why they are where they are. Referee blows up for full time as well. There we go. It's ended. Burnley won. Watford won. And you know what? Okay. How would I sum this game up? If you said to me before the game started, James, I'll offer you a 1-1 draw right now, take it or leave it, I would say, I'll take it. I'll take it because Burnley are doing so well this season. You know, they're top of the league, they're flying, they're scoring loads and loads of goals. So I don't think we can be too angry and annoyed at the performance. I think we played well in periods. It's just a shame that, you know, we seem to do this week in, week out. Oh, God. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. Let's leave it as that, shall we? Thank you so much for watching the stream. It's much appreciated. You know, gutting to lose it, not to lose it, to draw it so late on. It is what it is. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And yeah, as I said, I'll be back. I'll be back very, very soon for more videos, more streams like this. And yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys this evening. I hope you guys have a great evening, whatever you're up to. And yeah, I'll see you guys again very, very soon. It's just unfortunate we couldn't get the 3 points at the end of the day. But I think, you know, we can be proud of the performance. We can be happy that Luz's back from injury, João's back. João scored a goal. So yeah, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy with the point. we move on to West Brom at home next week, which is also live on Sky Sports, by the way, as well. And yeah, we move on, and hopefully very, very soon we'll win another game of football. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it.